Hello and welcome back. I am so glad you're here. Today am so excited about this video because it's kind of a part two of another video that I did a while ago that's like one of my best performing videos ever, which is the top apps for readers. And I have found 5 more apps that are just gonna like totally blow you away. I will absolutely, of course, link my first video of this, part 1, and definitely recommend all those apps still, but I couldn't believe it when I found some more that are just as good. So that's enough for an intro. Let's talk about these awesome apps. So the first one I want to mention is called Fable, and this is like a reading tracker. So it is like Goodreads in a way, but it's got a way more social aspect. It also has a much prettier interface, and I love it. So you can kind of update a little bit better. I know you can kind of do these things on Goodreads, but it's definitely more social. You can actually post pictures, you can make little book clubs, and that's pretty cool because then you can do a group read. So I haven't tried that yet, but I hope to at some point, even maybe on this channel, if everyone wants to do a group read, that would be awesome. There's also, you can do TV shows on here too. So it's really cool. You can do private groups, you can do public groups, and all of it goes through individual chapters. So there's no worries about spoiling something if it's ahead. I really love that idea of it. It also can import your entire Goodreads history, which I find very important because I have a lot of books on there, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, and it is just way too much energy to try to manually transfer them all over. And it's I still want to keep track of those, but I really don't want to start over with an entirely new app. And it can do it so quickly. And I mean, I might still, keep on updating my Goodreads just because I've been doing it for so long, but Fable is kind of where I really want to end up and where I want to get all of my friends over to, because I do think it's a much better app. Just like Goodreads, it gives you lots of suggestions. It can tell you about new releases and quizzes of what you should read next. And it's just a really, really cool app that is definitely worth checking out. The next app that I want to recommend is one that you might have already heard of. It's called Hoopla, and it is similar to Libby, but not quite the same. Hoopla is through your library, but there are certainly cards you can get without belonging to that library. So if your library does not work through Hoopla, I have on my other video linked library cards that you can get without actually living in that city or county. So Hoopla is really cool because it's books that are just available. There's no wait for them. Audiobooks that are just ready for you at that moment. And they have some good stuff. At least mine, we've got Court of Thorns and Roses, Demon Copperhead, She's Not Sorry, The Teacher of Remarkably Bright Creatures, Fourth Wing, and those are pretty popular books right now, and things that from a regular library app you might be waiting months for. So Hoopla is really cool in that you don't have to wait. There's also some TV shows, movies. It's not just indie published. There's nothing wrong with indie published, but a lot of apps like this, that's what they will have available at all times. So it's really cool that Hoopla exists and the way that you can read these books for free. Ebooks, audiobooks, comics, magazines, movies, TV shows, music. It's really, really a cool app to download. The next one is possibly my favorite on this list, and I haven't utilized it to its full potential yet, but I'm really looking forward to doing that, and I hope to do it in the new year. So the app is called Serial Reader. So it is a free app where you can read classics. And what it does is it every day will send you a section of the book, and it's usually 10 to 12, 15 minutes of reading, and you just get a little bit every day, and it will alert you oh, your issue is ready for the day, and you read it. I currently am attempting to read. I'm not doing a very good job so far, but great expectations. There are so many options for classics, and I personally get very, very intimidated by classics and just the general idea of reading a classic. When I was in school, a lot of times I would just like read the Cliffs Notes, and it wasn't really till college that I would actually do the reading for literature classes. And so I feel like I missed out on a lot. There's so many classics out there, and it's a really cool app and like a really manageable way to get yourself into reading classics. They have so much different stuff, and it's made so manageable. I know I keep using that same word, but it's true. If you've been here a while, you might remember a couple years ago when I tried to read Les Miserables, and it's still on my Goodreads, like currently reading, and I just, every time I look at it, I'm like, I can't take this off. But I am going to start it as serial reader because I think that will really help me be able to actually get into this book. And I mean, I know the story already, which makes the writing, easier to digest. And I hope that is a really good way to read it. It's a very, long book. It actually has 233 issues. So theoretically, in 233 days, you could finish a book that long. And even if you skip a day, not a big deal. You just, the next day, they'll still give you the issue, but you can do it at your own pace. So I cannot hype this app up enough because I was so excited when I found it. My next app is called Book Clubs. Pretty self-explanatory what it's going to be about. I co-host a book club, and this app helps so much with scheduling, and book clubs do stuff differently, but mine tends to be a democracy when it comes to choosing a book. So this app is really convenient with polls and being able to like schedule meetings and RSVPs. You can send messages to groups. Everyone can submit their suggestions of like books we want to read, and then from there, they go into a poll and everyone can choose which one they want to read, and obviously whichever gets the most votes wins. And it's just like a very convenient way to have a book club, especially if it's a lot of people that maybe don't know each other quite as well, and you won't have necessarily like a group chat with everybody. My book club, at this point, we do have a group chat, so we don't necessarily use the like messaging feature on the app so much, but like for everything else, it is incredibly helpful trying to make sure everyone knows what we're reading, make sure everyone has a chance to submit picks, scheduling, and RSVPing. We go out to brunch a lot for our book club, so these kind of things are important for RSVPing, knowing how many people are going to be there. But yeah, there's also a paid version. I can't say exactly what the features are because I don't have that version. For the way that I use it, at least, I don't necessarily think that a paid version is necessary, but again, I don't exactly know all the features that I'm missing out on, so maybe it's great, but I'd rather live in ignorant bliss and not be paying for it every month. I do know, however, that if someone in your book club has the paid membership, then everyone kind of gets the benefits of that. If you aren't in a book club, it's also pretty cool because you can join like a virtual book club on the app. I have not done that myself, but I do know that it is an option. So again, pretty cool way to be social with your reading. And the last app for this list is BookBub. This is a website that you can get like emails from every day that give you the best ebook deals. But the app is even cooler because it just has every book they can find that is on a deal for that day. And I mean, it can be so tailored to exactly your preferences. You can also search for different authors or titles, and it will send you a notification if that book goes on sale as an ebook. And I just think that is the absolute coolest thing. There's a page with just all of your categories and the latest deals. You can, of course, browse through any category. I love the feature that will send you a notification when a particular book you want is on sale. Because I feel like with the library and with Hoopla and stuff, sometimes buying ebooks is like a little painful just because they can be expensive. Generally like $15 for, something that's you're not physically holding. They have definite pros, so don't get me wrong, I love an ebook, but sometimes paying for them can be a little just like, okay. It's just a little more difficult to cough up the money. So this is super cool because, you will be the first to know when there is a sale on a book that you are looking for. So hopefully this video helped you find a new app that maybe you weren't already using, please check out my other video too. There are 6 great apps on there, and I just feel like they keep making more good apps for readers. I hope this video was able to help you find an app maybe you hadn't heard of before, and definitely check them out. I am not sponsored or being, given anything to promote these apps. These are all just apps that I actually use and really, really enjoy using. So just making sure that is clear. Let me know in the comments what kind of bookish apps you use, or if you use them at all. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!